I mean, Jack, I thought things would be less crazy outside the wardrobe, you know? Last week threw me for a loop.
What's that?
It was just my phone. I got a text.
From who?
Well, I don't know. I haven't looked yet. Hang on.
Well?
It's from David.
Who's David?
You wouldn't know him. He's real. Anyway, it says, what happened to Moustache? The people want to know. Then there's some swearing because he's worried I'll kill him off. He's been harassing me about it for a month.
Why does he care?
Well, Jack, I kind of maybe stole some vital things from David and gave them to Moustache. You could say he has a stake in the story.
Sounds like a lawsuit.
It's not a bloody lawsuit. Focus on the road. But I think I'd better resolve this so that people aren't worried. Moustache dies later in one of my novels, so I wouldn't waste his magnificent death on a podcast. But I'll tell you what. Narrator, do the thing. Meanwhile, wait, before you do it, if these two are going to star in the podcast, then they can at least do the episode art, alright? Okay, go.
Meanwhile, at the watch house. My name is Barnabus. I am your lawyer. Welcome to the Strangler's defense.
But I'm not a strangler.
It's just a name, dear client of mine. It rolls off the tongue easier than the proving of the suspected strangler's innocence, or even the other title I tossed about, Stantonian's Not the Stupid Strangler. Now, we need to get our facts right. Confirm for me, if you will, the following. Do you or do you not have an enormous moustache?
I do.
Well then, that seems to be about all we need. You'll be out of here shortly.
Eh?
Detective, you can come in. I say, Rupert, that was one of the quickest consultations I've ever stood outside the door awkwardly for. I take it he's ready to confess to everything? Not on your life, Ronald. I expect him to be released within 10 minutes. You can't be serious. As serious as an innocent man behind bars.
Barnabas, this is ridiculous.
How long do you think it took to grow a mustache of those proportions, Ronald?
I have no idea. What does this have to do with anything?
I'd say it takes months, maybe even years to get like this. The grooming costs must be enormous.
Yes, but...
Sir Davidos, when was the last time you were clean-shaven?
What kind of question is that to ask a man?
I'm your lawyer, remember? I'm helping.
Aye, well then. I've had a mustache since I was 15. That's gotta be 45 years at least.
Thank you. Now, had I known Loomis had done all my work for me, we might have got you out weeks ago. As it is, he's been too busy to check in.
What are you talking about, Rupert?
I have here a recording. It's a little beyond the times the story is set in, but this is a podcast on the internet and I don't have the luxury of a copy editor.
I have no idea what you just said.
No matter. The recording took place on the 20th of the first month. That's 2 months ago. Listen to this.
And for those of us wondering, can you tell us what his mo is? He's clean-shaven, according to eyewitnesses.
There we have it, Moustache. Your freedom comes from the mouth of the man who had you arrested.
That is most wonderful news.
What have you to say to that, Ronald?
Hanover, would you come in here, please? Yes, sir. Take a seat, please, man. Take a seat. You heard what they said? Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Are you all right, sir?
How did we miss this, Hanover? I'm assuming my client is free to go.
Of course. As soon as we can find someone to corroborate that he had a mustache at the time of the murders.
You'll be holding him for another week, then?
At least, out of spite, if nothing else.
Ever the bastard, Ronald. This has been the Strangler's defense.